Kaybe had to admit she was rather in awe with all the twists and turns around the Apocrypha. The place was rather impressive, yes. It made Kaybe think that maybe she was underestimating the amount of work that went into keeping a plane of oblivion. Clearly it was fine for the Elder Squid's lair to be full of tentacles and disgust, but if Kaybe was going to have the plane of the sexy Khajiit, things would need to be clean. There were several possibilities, yes. Kaybe could get Khajiit made, she supposed, but that seemed rather played out. And it would not be good to be the god who is played out. Everyone would be expecting Kaybe. There had to be a sense of novelty for sex appeal, yes, at least some of the time. People should come to Kaybe's plane and say, oh, this one did not know that this was needed, yes. But certainly now, yes, this one needs this. The Elder Squid seemed to understand this on a fundamental level. Apocrypha was unique and interesting, and Kaybe would remember it. It stood out in her mind as something that belonged to the Elder Squid, yes. It had his sense of identity. Kaybe assumed all planes of Oblivion were similar. After all, what if she went to the realm of Sugarith and found that instead of a place of delightful madness and polarizing sadness, it was just like a big forest with maybe a city at the end, and Sugarith was there on his throne. You would just walk up to Sugarith and he would say, oh, hello! And you would have some kind of conversation. Never would that stay in your thoughts as the place of Sugarith. Unless, of course, you thought too much, and then maybe that was the point, yes. There would be all manner of things to do there. A city clearly is an important place, yes? But in the end, how would it be much different from visiting another place in Tamriel? As Tamriel is so diverse, many places are quite different. They can also be fashionable, but they don't belong to an individual. Also, not only should the Khajiits be sexy, but they should be battle-ready, yes. So instead of sleeping on soft pillows, they will sleep on dead dragons, yes. Or maybe the corpses of their slain enemies. But dyed red to maintain the sex appeal, yes. That was where the novelty would come from. Of course, Kaybe was so brilliant. This is why she deserved to be the Daedric god. Kaybe additionally had to note that the Elder Squid had created a system of unlocking doors that only unlocked when one of his servants was murdered. Yes. This was an interesting idea. Kaybe was not sure if it was befitting of the sexy Khajiit, but it was befitting of the Snoot Punch, yes. But Kaybe worried that if her plane of Oblivion required you to kill the Khajiit girl to make the door unlock, that might be more befitting of Molag Bal, yes. Maybe you would have to kill the dragon instead. Here at the end of all of this, Kaybe found the writhing book with twisting letters and orbs of flight, yes. Reading the book would gift Kaybe with some sort of arcane power. She had 3 choices. The book could bestow upon her only 1 knowledge, yes. None seemed especially valuable. In several cases perhaps more valuable than some of Kaybe's shouts, but not very valuable still, yes. It seemed that maybe the Elder Squid was only giving Kaybe just a little taste of what she could acquire. She chose the black market, the ability to summon a Daedra and sell it crap, yes. With Kaybe's business in Apocrypha concluded, she decided to visit this word wall. It was guarded by a dragon, of course, yes.
Sure?
But it was not as though Kaybe was under any threat from a dragon. She did have the sit command after all, yes. Upon discovering this new word wall, Kaybe wondered how they were all so well regulated, yes. They all looked completely identical, as if made by the same exact people, just like the Draga ruins. They must have had the very, very strict government system, yes. The word Kaybe learned was earth, or to bend earth, of a sort. It was a very unique word. The man in the walrus jacket thought this would be the key to Kaybe slapping Miraak in his dumb face. But Kaybe was skeptical. She was sure that Apocrypha was the true source of his power. To seek a word wall as the Dragonborn was the obvious thing to do. The inobvious thing to do was to comb Solstheim for more books, yes. And to that end, Kaybe stumbled into this barrow. It was full of the tiny white little spiders, and Kaybe felt very good about this place for some reason, yes. Within the place, Kaybe found another Khajiit. He was all yellow and glowy, yes, and upon his back laid a throbbing spider. It was a little disgusting, yes. So Kaybe decided to put him out of his misery. Whatever the spider was doing, the Khajiit seemed very unconcerned about it. And for some reason, that concerned Kaybe, yes. It wasn't just that Kaybe had a good feeling about this place, yes. It was also that the Barrows were most likely to keep forbidden knowledge that Miraak may have once used. Because apparently he stored his old things in these Barrows, yes. Or if not him, then someone, and maybe Miraak gained access to them at one point. Kaybe found more word walls, more ineffectual Dragas, whatever. It was all unimportant. But there was the ticket. Another book, yes. Elder Squid, yes? Kaybe is in your domain again. She's going to look at your books, yes? Ow! Ow! You slapped Kaybe! What did Kaybe even do, Elder Squid? She just stood next to your puddle, yes. It appeared that in this place, Kaybe would be subjected to constant burning as long as she was in the darkness, yes. This was a variance from the last location, and Kaybe had to commend the Elder Squid. A place that constantly changed and was new every time you opened your book, yes. It was kind of interesting. Maybe Kaybe would have pictures of sexy Khajiits, and every time you looked at a new picture, you would go someplace different, yes. The Elder Squid's darkness trap was no match for Kaybe, yes. Although she wasn't sure she was supposed to be matched by it. All the same, she navigated the maze, yes. And her reward was a bunch of soul gems and another giant book, yes. There was also one extraordinarily potent conjuration spell, yes. Kaybe was not particularly thrilled about this spell, but it gave her hope that she might stumble into something else. The Black Book itself, however, was not a letdown. This book contained a great deal of power. It could make Kaybe stronger, it could make her better at magic, or it could make her more snackful, yes. Kaybe was torn between should she be snackful or should she be powerful. In the end, she resolved it was better to hit things, yes. On the way back to town, Kaybe heard a voice.
Must go back and get it.
It sounded like it was right on top of Kaybe, in her very ears, yes.
Oh, that treasure.
Kaybe looked around, but she could find no one. Captain! Kaybe returns! Yes.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
Well, Kaybe went there, she found the general, she killed him.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years?
Good diet, yes?
It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Curious' exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
And now they'll tell the tale of the time he came back from the dead and tried to murder Raven Rock, yes.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Curious. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
Yes, well, you will probably not be paying quite so many soldiers around here. No reason.
Thank you for your assistance. It's raised my men's spirits quite a bit.
Well, Kaybe is probably sure they're very depressed about the countless unsolved murders. Hello? Kaybe is in the mine, yes?
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed.
Is that it?
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy?
What is your argument about, President? Yes.
Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are.
Kaybe is Kaybe. She is the listener and also the chosen one.
Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map.
Is it paperclips? Yes? Or a black book? Kaybe will help you if it's a black book.
A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago.
A book?
It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine.
Was it a book? Yes. Kaybe is looking for books. Who is your grandfather?
Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel. And he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago.
Oh, Kaybe sees. How did he die? Yes.
The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall. But I know better.
Oh, yes, of course. It was probably the sexual scandal.
My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company. and a key.
Never mind the other things that you found, yes. So give Kaybe the key.
It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else.
Yes, so give Kaybe the key. She will go check the valuables.
It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance.
What do you mean you haven't been able to find the entrance? Just go down there. Give Kaybe the key. She will do the deed.
Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone.
A very, very big sexual scandal, yes.
Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for.
Okay, so give Kaybe the key, yes?
I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company is keeping from all of us.
A sexual scandal. Give Kaybe your key.
Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost.
Okay, good. Kaybe won't need the letter.
Be careful down there. The mine can be treacherous.
Ah, Kaybe will be fine. She is a Khajiit. Kaybe will be fine. She is a Khajiit. See? Fine. Everything is fine. Yes. Between Kaybe's expert spelunking ability and her fantastic safety procedures, Kaybe discovered the mine was full of the #1 most popular denizen in all of Skyrim, the Dragon. Essentially, the cockroach of the country. Even further in, Kaybe found the section of the cave where the man had been lost. Kaybe hadn't seen anything here or previously that would imply a company would want to close this place off, yes. It was essentially the same as most everywhere else in Skyrim, but all the same, it was closed off, yes. Kaybe might have to do some careful investigation, if not for the fact that all the answers were laying on the corpse, in the journal, just like it always was, yes. Kaybe found it fascinating how expositional these journals could be. They would tell Kaybe exactly what she needed to know, as well as a great deal of extraneous information that she didn't need to know, yes. But they always did so in a very dry way, never really expressing emotions or real insight onto the situation. In this case, it appeared they found this sword, and the man thought that maybe this sword would be able to open the door. But fortunately for Kaybe, he died before he opened the door, leaving this journal to explain how it might be opened. Kaybe had to admit, she wouldn't normally use a sword, and she wouldn't think of swinging it around like this to open the door, so the journal was very helpful. She just wondered why the man didn't do this thing. Yes. Another thing that marveled Kaybe was how these guillotine traps continued to move after hundreds of years. How did they stay so well lubricated? Yes. This was a question that would surely be important for Kaybe's sexual Khajiit Oblivion play. Deeper within the chamber, Kaybe found another black book. It seemed like these things were just lying around anywhere, and it was a wonder that they weren't talked about more. Yes. And so she found herself in another branch of Apocrypha. Kaybe was rather fond of the book voyage. Also the vortex of papers, although she wasn't sure how anyone was expected to read the papers as they float around, yes. Like and subscribe to Kaybe, yes. Also support us on Patreon. Kaybe will put the money towards exterminating the Draugrs. And also tell your friends!